Hi there, Georgette here. Welcome back to my channel, G.A. Rodgers. And if you're new here, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. I'm so very happy to be back here with you guys today. I think my last video was about a month ago. It was right before everything kind of just shut down. And since that time, life for me has just gotten super busy. I mean, so much so that I haven't even been able to watch YouTube videos. Like, I'm still watching videos from March, late March and early April. Not to mention, I have not had a chance to make myself any garments, any clothing items since that video, which was, like I said, a month ago. And that's really unfortunate because I ended up missing out on a few hashtags and challenges that I wanted to be a part of, but time just did not permit me to make the items I needed to make to submit for these challenges. However, I'll probably still make those items anyway, and I'll just show you guys at a later date. So today I am super excited because I'm participating in the Show Your Stash 2020 hashtag. So the hashtag was created by Sean from Kittenish Behavior and Danny from Pocket or Two, and it's a wonderful way to just show off your favorite fabrics or just interesting fabrics in your stash. So I have my list of questions in front of me, and let's get into it. So the first question is, what is your favorite fabric? And my favorite fabric is usually the fabric that I purchased last. And that is no different this time around. So I purchased this really fun yellow cotton. It's almost like a quilting cotton fabric. I got it from Hobby Lobby. You can see it's got the yellow background with some blue and white, kind of a floral print. And it's a little wrinkled because it just came out of the wash. But I got about 3 yards of this fabric, and that is because this is destined to be some kind of summer maxi dress. I haven't worked out what kind of dress yet, but because of the lightweight nature of the fabric and because it's a natural fiber, the cotton, I just figured this would make a really cool and fun cotton maxi dress. So that's my favorite fabric for right now. Okay. So the second question is, what is your oldest fabric? Now this fabric, I'm pretty sure I stole out of my mom's fabric stash. Because, you know, I'm a daughter and that's what daughters do. We take stuff out of their mom's closets. So this is a black, I want to say it's like a polyester crepe fabric. It's got to be from the 90s. Because I think I stole it around the early 2000s. So I don't quite know what I'm going to make with this because I don't have that much of it. It's probably maybe about 2 yards. I kind of want it to be a dress, but again, I only have about 2 yards of it and it's not even that wide. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but yeah, this is the oldest fabric that is in my stash. So the third question is, which fabric are you scared to cut into? And here is mine. I don't know if you guys can see this. It is a silver sequin on a white tulle background. Now, I purchased this fabric to use it as a curtain. The sheer curtains behind my blackout curtains. And it just didn't work out how I wanted it to work out. I think I just ended up changing my mind and going with something else. So now I have this fabric and I know that I'd like it to be a dress or kind of a sparkly knit, a sparkly tank top. However, I'm very scared to cut into this thing just because of the sequins. I don't often sew with sequins, and these sequins are kind of small, but this is not a fabric that I can get again. So if I mess it up, that's a wrap on that. So I'm a little bit intimidated by it. I mean, maybe one day I'll cut into it, but for right now, it's going back in my stash. So the fourth question is, what fabric do you have that you don't have a clue what you're going to make out of it? And mine would be this fabric right here. I got this from Fashion Fabrics Club last year, I believe. It is white dots and black with a black background. Now when I saw this online, I remember thinking, oh, that's gonna make a gorgeous dress with a full skirt. And then when I got it in the mail, the texture of it almost feels like a thin raincoat. So I'm not sure what they treated it with. I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the description when I was looking at it. And I think I have, I think I have about 3 or 4 yards of this thing. So I don't know what I'm gonna make out of it, simply because of the texture. So, I don't know, guys. What do you think? What do you think this would be good as? It's probably gonna be some kind of coat. I don't know. But for now, it's just gonna go back into my fabric, but this is the fabric in my stash that I don't have a clue what to make out of it. Alright, so question number 5 is fabric with a story. So my fabric with a story is this silk charmeuse. It's 100% silk charmeuse ombre fabric. It goes from light purple down to about a medium plum. Let's see if you guys can see that. There you go. And I purchased this fabric because I was going to a wedding and I thought this would make a really pretty dress, just to have that ombre effect going from top to bottom. I thought it would look really nice, hopefully elongating. And I got this off of eBay, and I paid a good amount for this fabric, really just because I could not find the type of fabric that I needed, because I knew I wanted it lightweight, and I knew I wanted it silk, and I knew I wanted an ombre effect. And eBay seemed to be the only one that had what I needed from a seller that was within the US. Now, the problem with this fabric is that the ombre effect runs along the cross grain. So if you were to cut a dress out of this, and I mean, I guess you could cut a dress on the bias from this, but you'd really lose that prominent ombre effect going up and down. So if you cut a dress out of this as is, following the selvage, you're going to have one part of your dress with light purple, and then let's say you cut the back of your dress and it's going to be dark purple. So you completely lose that dramatic effect with the dye. And I was just so upset when I got this in the mail, because that was not indicated in the description. And I could not get a refund on this. This was one of those fabrics that there was no refund. It was really pricey, and it did not match the description. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I mean, I have really strong feelings about this fabric, so I probably just need to get rid of it. I probably just need to destash it and call it a day, because when I look at this fabric, it still kind of upsets me a little bit. But yeah, that's my fabric with the story. So for right now, it's going back into my stash. So the next question is, show us your precious fabric. So for me, my precious fabric is this home deck fabric. And as you can see, let's see if I can get in there. Losing my light a little bit. There you go. So this is a home deck fabric, and it is a vintage fabric. And I just thought that this would make some really lovely chair covers. Well, not chair covers, some cushion covers for a particular type of chair. I just think it's so pretty, and it's got such an old school vibe to it. It kind of just makes me smile. I love the colors of it. That being said, I don't have anything in my house that would match these colors. And quite honestly, my house is very casual, and this seems a little bit more serious. But I still love this fabric, and it's very precious to me. I'm kind of scared to cut into it, even though I do have enough to probably cover maybe 5 or 6 chairs. I have enough to do it. I'm still a little scared to cut into it because, again, this is a vintage fabric. But I may have to just take the plunge, or this might be something that I need to give away. Honestly, it may just be something I need to get rid of because it doesn't match anything in my house. But I don't know. I love it. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I love it. I bust it out every now and again just to kind of look at it and dream about what I might make out of this. So yeah, this is my precious fabric. So the next fabric is, what is your dream fabric? Now, I don't have a fabric for this question. I don't have a dream fabric that I can even think of. Usually, if it's a fabric I need, I just go out and get it. And at this point in time, I don't have use or need for fabric that's like $100 or something a yard. So I don't have an answer for what is your dream fabric. And finally, the last question is, where do you store your fabric? Let's see where you store your stash. So I'm going to show that to you now. Okay, so this is where I keep my fabric stash. It's actually located underneath a table inside my guest room. Most of my fabric is within these two bins. And they don't look very big, but they actually hold quite a bit of fabric, especially if you roll your fabric instead of folding them. So yeah, these two are packed full, and as you can see right on top, I've got my little overflow situation right up there. And so this is where I tend to keep most of my fabrics for right now. And when I'm not looking for fabrics, I just take the tablecloth down and cover it up. And now it's nice and neat and tucked out of the way. But like I said, this is where I'm keeping the stash now. Let me show you where I plan on moving the stash to. Okay, so this is where I plan to move the fabric that was in those bins. This is just a shelving unit that's in my sewing room. And you can see I've already started moving fabrics here. And everything else on this shelf is going to get moved so I can fit all of my fabric on here. So you can see I've got my TV, little filing system, and then the rest of my fabrics. So I'm going to use this row here, and then I'm also going to I'll probably use this top row up here. And what's up here are just my craft show display things. So these two tubs are filled with display items, and then over here, is like yarns, and I've got a scale over there, and just, I don't know, little bits and bobs. But I think what I'll do is I'll fill up this row and I'll fill up this row with my fabric, and that way I can have it all out where I can see, and I think it'll just be a little bit more organized in this way, and I like the idea of being able to see all of my fabric. All right. All right, guys, that is it for my stash for the Show Your Stash 2020 hashtag. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me bust out some of my favorites and some of my not so favorites. And if you have any suggestions for what I can make with these fabrics, leave it for me in the comments section below. Okay guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Bye!